You scroll past a meme about Zeus throwing a lightning bolt like some kind of cosmic bouncer. You laugh. You scroll on. But the real story behind Zeus is stranger than any meme could capture. Long before Zeus was a god, he was a memory. A way for early communities to name something they couldn't yet explain. The sky above them. The storm that came without warning. The power that no one controlled. Anthropologist Walter Burkert spent decades tracing how these gods actually formed. Not as starting points, as endpoints of centuries of oral tradition. Each god began small, a spirit tied to one river, a name whispered before a harvest, a warning passed down after a flood. Slowly, these fragments merged. Spirits became personalities. Personalities became hierarchies. And hierarchies became Olympus. Here's what surprises most people. The gods you know, Zeus, Athena, Apollo, weren't built as moral role models. They were built as explanations for chaos. Why did the harvest fail? Demeter was grieving. Why did the sea turn violent without warning? Poseidon was angry. Why did love feel like losing control? Aphrodite had her hand on the wheel. The Greeks didn't separate emotion from the natural world. Your heartbreak and a hurricane came from the same place, forces too big to hold in the mind, until someone gave them a face. And here's where it gets uncomfortable. You still do this. When something falls apart in your life, a relationship ends, a plan collapses. Your brain doesn't reach for statistics. It reaches for a story. A reason, a face to put on the chaos. Cognitive scientist Pascal Boyer calls this agency detection. Your mind's default habit of assuming something with intention caused an event, even when nothing did. The Greeks called that something Zeus. You call it, everything happens for a reason. Same mechanism, different name, a few thousand years apart. By the time poets like Homer wrote these stories down, they weren't raw belief anymore. They were already myth, polished, dramatized, distanced from the fear that built them. Which means the gods you read about in books were the final draft, not the first. The first draft was Rar, a society trying to survive uncertainty with the only tool every human still has. A story that gives chaos a name. So the next time lightning splits the sky, and some part of you flinches like it means something, remember, you're not imagining a god. You're doing exactly what the first Greeks did, thousands of years before Zeus ever had a name.